Right, so today we're going to do a ab work on the rolled up towel, which we'll use instead of an overhaul. So if you want to go and get a towel ready now and pause the video, and we will do some stretches afterwards and some glute work. So lying back and just taking a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, and allowing your body just to release into the mat on the exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more. And out. Right, bringing your arms up to here and reaching your right arm up to the ceiling 5 times. Feel that you're lifting your shoulder off the mat, and just make sure that your shoulder is not close to your ear. And changing arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turning the palms to face forwards and going into your arm circles. And just being aware of, as the arms go back like that, that you keep your ribs down. 3, doing 5 each way. 4, nice big circles. 5, and changing direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bringing the arms down. Rolling your head from side to side, nice and slowly. Keeping your chin level, not dropping it towards your chest. 1 more each way. And coming back to center. Right, bring your feet in a little closer towards your pelvis and getting ready for your pelvic tilts. So pushing your feet into the mat and allowing the pelvis to tilt in. Feeling your lower back release onto the mat and roll the pelvis back. And 2. You can add a little bit of glutes if you feel like it. 3. And 4. And 1 more 5. Next one, you're going to lift the pelvis up into your pelvic lift and rolling down. Taking a breath in and breathing out. Breathing into lower. Watching while you're doing this that your knees don't go out to the side. If they are, press through the base of your big toe, and that will bring them in a little bit as it activates your inner thigh. 1 more. And rolling down. Hamstring stretch, holding it up for a count of 5. Heel up to the ceiling. And other leg. Okay, interlacing your fingers, putting them behind your head. Elbows stay nice and wide. Your head stays really heavy and supported in your interlaced fingers. And you're going to take a breath in, and as you exhale, lift. Being very aware of not drawing your chin down towards your chest or getting the feeling that you're pulling your head forwards. Exhale up. Inhale back. And 5. And back. 6. As you curl up, try and pull in the abdominal muscles, the lower abdominal muscles. 9. And 10. Into 5 obliques to the right. 1. 2. Exhale up, inhale back. 3. Being very aware of not pulling your arm all the way forward like that. Changing direction. 1. 2. Keep your knees and pelvis still. 3. 4. And 5. And drawing your knees in, rolling from side to side. Okay, bring one leg down at a time, grabbing your rolled up towel, lifting your pelvis up and placing the towel underneath. Not too low, sort of in the middle of the back of the pelvis, and bringing both your legs up. Straightening your legs out and going into circles. 1, 2, 5 in one direction, 5 in the other, 3, 4, 5. Change in direction. 1. Breathing in, breathing out. And breathing out as the legs go away, breathing in as they come in. And when you finished your 5th one, flexing your ankles, opening and closing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 more, 10. Bringing them into a double knee fold, keeping the knees and ankles together and extending the legs away. 1. Remembering that if your lower back is okay and healthy and strong, the lower you go, the more work you will have for the abdominals, but you just want to keep listening to your lower back. Turn out into frog's legs for the next 5, squeezing the inside of the knee joints together, activating the inner thighs. 3, and the whole time keeping your shoulders and upper body relaxed. 4 and 5. Coming back into your double knee fold and going into toe taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flex the ankles and heel taps. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. 5. And going into bicycle. Cycling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Draw the knees in. Right, so going into your single leg stretch legs, single leg stretch being part of your ab 5, drawing your hands in, keeping your head down, take a breath in and breathe out, change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Draw the legs in. So we're going to do the full ab 5 later. So we will be using the head and lifting the head off the mat. Right, going into your double leg stretch. Legs go out, arms go back, and pull in. 1, 2. Breathing out. 3. Breathing in. 4, 5. Let's do 10. 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. Draw the knees in. You can roll on your towel on your lower back. And then straightening the legs up, doing the scissors with a single leg drop. And putting that leg in to get a nice big stretch. 1, 2. Breathing in, breathing out. And drawing the legs in. Right, going into double leg lowers. If you have a back issue and you're finding this a little bit hard on your lower back, you're going to do it with bent knees like we did the toe taps at the beginning. So taking a breath in and exhale. 1. Inhale, lift. Keep your shoulders relaxed. 2. And lift. 3. And inhale. Breathe out. 4. Breathe in. 1 more. 5. And bring the legs in. Okay, bringing the legs down. one at a time. Lifting the pelvis up, taking the rolled up towel out, placing it out of your way, and rolling over onto your side. We're going to be doing the glute stuff. So you want to make sure your alignment's correct. You want to have your heels lined up with your pelvis, with your shoulders. You want to have a little lift up here so that you don't get this big dip here, and you can also put your hands in. Look at your knees, check that they're level. Your ribs are gently drawn in, your abdominals are gently drawn in. And the first exercise is up and down. 1, 2. The movements are really small. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and going into your oyster. And 1. Again, your body is not moving. It's not rolling back. 3, 4, it's just the leg that's moving in the socket of the hip. 9, 10. Watch that you keep this lift as you go into your lifted oyster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold the 10th one up and drop. 1, knee drops. 2. Keep this lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower down, draw the knees up, straighten the top leg up. It's at hip height. You don't want it to start lower, so you start at hip height and lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and into your circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In and out. 1, press through the heel. 2, watching that this knee doesn't drop as it comes in lower than the hip. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Resting this top leg on the bottom one, and lifting the top leg up and little circles with the knee. Working in from the hip, of course. Changing direction. And resting the leg. Okay, going on to the other side, turning over or turning around. And setting yourself up, correct alignment. Lifting the bottom ribs off the mat here. Knees are level, chin is off your chest, ribs are gently drawn in, abdominals are gently drawn in, and first exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going into your oyster. 1, keeping this whole top part of your body still. 3, just the leg moving. 6, checking your ribs haven't stuck out. And going into your lifted oyster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold the 10th one up, knee drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and lower. Drawing the knees in a bit, straightening the top leg out, and keeping a little lift underneath, up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and into your circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in and out, and press through the heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 more 10. Bringing the leg back on top of the bottom leg, and your last one is your little knee circles with your bent leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, and rest the leg over, stretching out here nicely. Okay, so going now into the ab 5, the mat work ab 5. So you have choices with your head position and your leg position. If you have a bad neck and shoulders, you'll keep your head down on the mat and just make sure your legs don't go too low. Or the other thing that you can do is put your hands behind your head, but have your head and neck completely supported while your legs move. And the other one is lifting your head and putting your hands onto your legs. So, starting with a single leg stretch, bringing both legs up. I'm going to do the last version. You just need to listen to your body and decide which one you're going to do. So, curling up, extending that leg away, shoulders relaxed, take a breath in, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rolling down. Roll your head from side to side, especially if you've had it lifted. A couple of times, each direction. And then going into your double leg stretch. One hand on each knee in a turn out, curl up. Press your lumbar spine close towards the mat, take a breath in. And as you exhale out, inhale, circle and pull in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right, your scissors curling up, or your single leg drop. And take a breath in. Relax the shoulders, breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roll down, give your head a nice roll. It's been up for the 3 exercises. Okay, then your double leg drops, interlace your hands, put them behind your head, lift up. If you're not lifting your head up, put your hands underneath here, keep your head down, and you can do them like that. A lot of clients say that feels much nicer on their backs. So lifting up, take a breath in, press your lower back into the mat, and exhale. 1, inhale up, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And pull in, keeping your hands behind your head, or putting them behind your head if they're not there already. Going into the crisscross, so curling up, extending this leg, take a breath in, and oblique to the bent leg, and change. So 1 breath for each movement. If you're doing it slowly, if you're going a little bit faster, you can do 1 breath for 2 movements. 1 more each side, and coming back down. And rolling from side to side. Bring your left leg down, reach your right leg up, hold it with the heel up for a count of 5, without scrunching into your shoulders, and change legs. Okay, so we're going to go into if you want to do more abdominals, you're just going to repeat the exercises that I've done. You can do more crunches forward and more obliques. We're going to go into about 10 minutes of stretches now. So you're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee, and you're going to roll over to the side. You're going to place your right arm out at shoulder height, palm up to the ceiling so that you can keep your shoulder down as you gently pull your right knee over to the left. Holding the stretches for a count of 15. Coming back and over the other way. And remembering, if anything feels uncomfortable in your body, you stop straight away and you don't continue with that exercise. Coming back, cross the right ankle over the left knee and draw the left leg in. You just want to be very aware of not rolling over to the side. Hold it for 10. Pressing your right elbow against your right knee if you can. Or let's hold it for 15. Right, moving the hand here, dropping your heel down towards your sit bone, pulling the knee in a little bit more. Watching that you don't roll again to the right. And then straighten the leg up, either keeping the hands here or bringing them there. And doing all three on the other side. So crossing the left ankle over, drawing the right leg up, making sure you haven't rolled to the left. And the closer you bring your right leg in, you have a greater possibility of being able to press your left elbow into your left leg and get a slightly deeper stretch by doing that. Moving your hands onto your shin, pulling in a little bit more. Going into this one, holding it for 15, heel up to the ceiling, watch your shoulders don't get tight. And bringing the leg down. Okay, so the next one is for the hips, so bringing both the knees up, crossing over, trying to hold your ankles. If you have tight hips, you may not be able to lift the ankles level with the knees, so you're just going to hold wherever you can and just try and lift them a little bit. And pulling the legs in towards you. And changing the legs over. Each hip is different, so don't be alarmed if you can't get your legs into the same position as you did on the other side. One hip may be much tighter than the other one. And bring the legs down. Lengthening the left leg along the mat, knee folding the right one up. And again rolling over to the side with your right arm out at shoulder height, palm up, and turning your head to look towards the right. Changing sides. With this one, once you've rolled over, if your lower back feels a bit uncomfortable and you can bend your bottom leg like I've just done, that sort of eases it up a bit. And rolling back, draw the knees in, and this time roll in a circle, hands on your knees, rolling 3 times in one direction, 3 times in the other. And bring your legs down. Right, coming up into sitting. And you're going to cross your right leg over your left leg. You're going to go into a twist, so you're going to put your right hand behind you, your left hand against this knee, and you're going to sit up nice and tall on your bum bones, and you're going to twist and look over your shoulder and feel the twist in the mid-back area. And changing sides, sitting up nice and tall. Okay, turning sideways, So this is going to be an inner thigh stretch, but how I want you to do it is to keep your back really straight. So put your hands behind you, straighten your back, and I often tell my clients just lift the bottoms out of the way because you want to tip your pelvis. So with your straight back now, hands here, gently pull the shoulders back, and you're just going to lean forwards without dropping your head like that. So you're going to just keep it lifted. You're going to feel your inner thigh stretch and hold it. You're more than welcome to go a little bit lower if you can. And then once you've held that for a count of 10, you're going to turn to your right leg, lower down, keeping the head lifted. You're not doing that, so you want to keep the head up, shoulders back. And changing sides. Okay, coming back up all the shoulders. Hands behind you, pull your shoulders back. And then coming into this exercise, where you're going to be stretching the muscles up the front of the thigh and stretching into the groin, so this foot comes a little bit closer. You're going to take that leg back, you're going to lean backwards, and instead of sticking your ribs up like this, you're going to pull them in, drop your bottom down to the mat, folding all of this in, feeling that it is pulling in, and you should feel the stretch coming all the way up and into your groin. If not, take that leg a little bit further back and feel the opening up in the groin. After you've held that for a count of 10 or 15, whatever feels good for you, twist around and look over your shoulder, lean backwards into that twist. And changing sides. So taking this leg back, bringing this one in, moving it back, leaning backwards. And if you're not feeling too much of a stretch, you can pull your ankle in towards your buttocks. And remember, you're folding in this way, you're not sticking your ribs up. You're trying to drop your glute down towards the mat. Bring your arm around and twist and lean backwards. And coming back up. Okay, so bring your feet into this position, sitting up nice and tall, and do one more twist to the side, but make sure that you do get the feeling that you have got a straight back. You're pulling against your knee with your hand. And changing sides, sitting up nice and tall. Right, so going into this one, last one. If you can touch your toes, that's amazing. If not, you're just going to do the same exercises, but you're going to hold your ankles. So you're going to hold your toes and you're going to drop your head and you're going to point into your hands, getting the upper back stretch, point, and then you're going to lift your head and you're going to flex your ankles. Your heels may lift off the mat and feel that big stretch along the back of the legs. And two more. Point and flex. Last one. Point and flex. And then put your hands behind you and just pull the shoulders back. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm making shortish half-an-hour videos. I will be posting a few more during the week and the lockdown. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.